Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Mega Remy here, give you guys another fucking bang. Today we are going to be reacting to 10 wrestling moments that have aged horribly in WWE, and this is another video by our boys, WrestleMania. Now you guys know what to do. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And WWE, don't copyright me. I'm just trying to give the people what they want. What they need. Exquisite content.
What do you mean by that?
Alright, let's get into this one, guys.
The perception of certain WWE moments have changed as the years have gone by. While some segments seemed humorous 2 decades ago, in the modern day, they are seen as exploitative and offensive.
Oh, they were
Also
bad
those
back
segments
then.
Which were controversial when
Dude,
they took place.
they were on another
WWE
level.
were at a point with their creative output where they didn't seem to care about the negative reaction or causing any controversy.
I did not care.
Outside of offensive
Yo,
segments,
Vince,
WWE have
Vince was a
notoriously made
menace, bro.
creative decisions
He was
that
a
have aged
menace.
terribly. Join us now as WrestleMania looks at 10 WWE moments that have aged horribly. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell.
Yeah, subscribe to
for
WrestleMania, guys.
videos and follow us on
They're the
Facebook
homies
for
over there.
exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, WrestleMania Shorts.
Hey. Hey. Hey.
Number 10, Jared, the Subway Guy. The Subway Guy, known as Jared Fogle, had
Dude,
a number of
I
appearances
remember
on
this
WWE
guy.
television. Most notably, he would guest star on an episode
Hey, he
of
was just
Raw in
random.
2012, and WWE believed this would lead to mainstream exposure. But over a decade after his guest star stint, it's likely that WWE will never mention Fogle's name ever again. In 2015, it was uncovered that Fogle had committed some heinous acts.
Damn.
Ultimately, he was sentenced to 15 years
My
and
boy
8
was-
months in federal
My boy's a
prison.
convict.
If you don't know what they are, search the guy's name. The WWE has smartly distanced themselves from Fogle, and on the
Damn.
WWE network, if his
From
name is
Subway
typed into the
to
search bar,
jail?
no results come up,
Damn.
which seems fitting for a man as despicable as Fogle. Number 9, Vince McMahon's racist comment to Sabu.
Bro, this dude, Vince
WWE's
just didn't.
relationship with
Vince just
Islamic
didn't care, bro.
countries
That dude was
is
a
well
menace.
documented. Yet if they saw one specific clip of Vince McMahon, they would have a ton of questions. During the revamped ECW in
The
2007,
do-rag Vince. Ain't nothing
McMahon
like
had
the
a
do-rag
notorious
Vince.
backstage interaction with ECW icon Sabu. Following the interaction, fans were left gobsmacked.
Dude, Sabu
McMahon
was
would
so
address
good.
Sabu by saying, "Well,
Especially
I'll be
in
damned.
ECW.
I thought I was in Texas. Hell, I'm not in Texas. I'm in Afghanistan. Hey boys, check it out. Here's a member of the Taliban."
No
How there are
way
no words
he
to
said
accurately
that.
describe what McMahon was thinking when he made these comments.
No
Quite
way,
frankly,
bro.
There was no excuse.
See,
Even in 2000.
Things like this nowadays could not fly, bro. This man Vince was on a whole nother level of menace, bro. This dude was
7 for a
something else,
segment
bro.
of
He's
this
something
nature
else.
to air on WWE television.
He's something else.
Number 8, Jinder Mahal's racism.
I
Not
don't
every
remember this.
WWE moment that has aged horribly occurred decades ago. One infamous moment took
Bro,
place
don't
in
hinder Jinder. I keep saying it,
2017,
bro.
and it saw Jinder Mahal taking
He was a
part in
really
one of
good
the most
heel.
controversial and tested segments in the modern era. In a segment on SmackDown, Mahal would mock Shinsuke Nakamura's accent, and he would even compare the decorated
Did he
star
really?
to Mr. Miyagi. Fans were quite speechless that this was taking place in 2017.
Miyagi, though?
And the backlash was so
Bro,
severe
that's
that
crazy,
WWE
bro.
were forced to
And-
release
and-
an official.
And this is modern day. Modern day Maharaja. No, modern day, bro. That's crazy.
statement.
That's ridiculous, man.
Just like many other TV
Oh, they
shows or
released a
movies,
statement.
WWE creates programming with fictional personalities that cover real-world issues and sensitive subjects. As a producer of such TV shows, WWE corporate is committed to embracing and
Bro,
celebrating
who
individuals.
thought
with
that
all
was a good
backgrounds,
idea,
as
though? Especially,
demonstrated
like,
by
in the
the
modern
diversity
day.
of our employees,
See, back then, they let it
and
fly.
fans worldwide.
They let it fly back then.
Really wasn't a good look for WWE. Number 7, the 1999 Royal Rumble. Due to contemporary information about CTE.
I'm a
Oh,
hungry
whoa, whoa,
individual.
whoa,
I
whoa,
wanna
whoa.
grow, I wanna learn.
WrestleMania
I
be
came
trying to get
across
us with the
Google
ads,
Career
bro.
Certificate.
My boss told me.
Unless we're getting sponsored.
WWE have stopped chair shots to the head indefinitely. WWE are so strict on this policy that they're even reluctant to show archive footage featuring a spot, and this has created problems when highlighting one of their most infamous matches of the Attitude Era. The 1999 Royal Rumble featured The Rock and Mankind colliding in an
banger.
quick match.
A fucking
and the
banger.
match featuring The Rock brutalizing Mankind with sinister chair shots to the head time and time again was unpleasant viewing. Now, this type of physicality would never be allowed on WWE programming today, which is without a doubt the right policy.
Damn!
Unfortunately for WWE,
Dude, those chair shots back then were something serious, dude. Especially with the Undertaker Maven chair shot in the Royal Rumble. Oh, that was ridiculous, bro. Oh, those chair shots were...
WWE, the match itself,
They were trying to kill each other.
Documentary,
They were definitely trying to kill each other.
Footage of the chair shots often pop up when new fans watch the documentary for the first time.
But yo,
and
Mick
always
Foley,
leads to some criticism being directed
one of the best of all
towards
time,
WWE.
man. That dude took
Number
so
6, Kerwin
much
White.
shots.
There have been some
Man.
characters and gimmicks in
Come
WWE
on,
that
bro.
have aged like milk. And one of these gimmicks is the gimmick of Kerwin White. In 2005,
We watched this on the
WWE
last video.
rebranded Chavo
They did my boy
Guerrero as
dirty.
Kerwin White. This gimmick saw Guerrero dye his hair blonde and denounce his Hispanic heritage. Most of the content of the character, particularly during the promos, crossed the line as Guerrero would often make questionable comments
Dude,
towards
that's so
black members
bad.
of the roster. The gimmick though was atrocious and it failed to get over as the fans had no interest in seeing
Bro,
the
it's
gimmick on
garbage.
TV.
Creative need to do better
The
with
gimmick
that.
almost went even
That's so
further, as
garbage.
Guerrero wore a white sheet to the ring and this was going to imply that Guerrero was a member of the Ku Klux Klan. But thankfully, this idea never materialized.
Bro, they didn't even say that in the last video. That is horrible. Who thought of that? Bro, that's so bad. Bro, WWE was on
Number 5
was on
the
a new
racist
level, bro.
storyline.
What
WWE
was
couldn't just
what
book
would
a
that
traditional good guy
That's
versus
so
bad guy
that's so
match by
bad.
booking Booker T versus Triple H at WrestleMania 19. Instead of the traditional approach to the storytelling, selling the world title matchup, they decided to create one of the most controversial storylines of all time. As the storyline had racial undertones throughout which offended the fan base and made them
Come on,
completely
dude.
disconnected from the product. In one particular promo during the build, Triple H would declare, "I think you're a little bit confused about your role in life here. You're gonna get to WrestleMania, but the fact is, Booker, somebody like you doesn't get to be a world champion.
I remember this.
People like you don't deserve it.
Yeah, I remember
It's
this.
reserved for people like me." That's where the confusion is.
Yeah, I
You're
remember
not here
this.
to be a competitor. You're here to be an entertainer. That's what you do. You entertain people. Hell, you entertain me all the time. Go ahead, do a little dance for me. Go ahead, go give me one of those spinneroonies.
Bro, come on.
Entertain me. That's your job.
You couldn't say
Don't
that
be
now.
embarrassed. You're here
Yeah,
to
you
make
couldn't say
people
this
like
now.
me laugh with your nappy hair and your suckers. The segments are
Nappy hair? Bro, come on. Who's writing this stuff? Nappy hair? WWE, y'all
promos
gotta do
during the
better,
build
bro.
seemed to get
Y'all gotta do
worse and
better.
worse as Triple H would treat Booker in a despicable way. They refused to change the direction of the storyline. The natural conclusion to the offensive storyline was Booker overcoming
remember.
the game
Booker-
and defeating him
Booker
on the
T won
grandest
this?
stage of WrestleMania. But
He
WWE
did.
made
Okay,
the
okay.
questionable decision to have Triple H win the match. Despite the match
Wait,
taking
wait,
place
wait.
at WrestleMania and
Hold on,
featuring
hold on. Wait. Triple H won the match?
Triple H win the match. Despite the match taking place at WrestleMania and featuring two certified legends,
on.
the match is rarely mentioned by WWE. They clearly want to try and act like the storyline never happened, as it's certainly a storyline that should have
Bro, like they
never,
do with
ever
everything
been
else that
pitched,
they were
never mind been put
that
on
was all
TV.
messed up. They
Number
try to
4,
just cover
Vince
it up.
McMahon uses the N-word. For some
Yeah.
reason, during the 2005
I remember
Survivor
this one.
Series event, Vince McMahon decided to book himself in a segment where he proudly used the N-word. In a backstage segment, McMahon would take part in a promo with John Cena, and to close the promo, McMahon would refer to Cena as the N-word. McMahon would then walk past Booker T and
Booker T.
Sharmell in one of the most tasteless segments WWE have ever delivered.
Yeah.
According to Bruce Pritchard on his podcast, the segment doesn't hold up, but in a bizarre fashion, he tries to justify the segment by saying it was a different time and a different place. Now come on, this
I
is
mean,
2005.
it wasn't that long
It wasn't
ago,
a
honestly.
different time and place. But Pritchard said, "I don't think it holds up well. Well, I think there were people whose opinions were asked, and again, it's just a different time and a different
Bro, there's
place
no
where you
excuses
did
for that,
different
though.
things that were not
Like,
things
I don't-
that hold up.
I-
When I go back and
Like,
I mean,
I don't know what runs through Vince's mind to really just be like, we're gonna go say that today. Say that on live TV. Bro, come on,
the
dude.
Alfred
You
Hitchcock
gotta be
hour
kidding
now,
me.
taping it every single night. You sit there and you watch some of those things on television of men just basically slapping the ish out of women back and forth as if it was just another day at the office. It's just time has a way of making things cringeworthy.
But you guys always
Different
do
time,
that
different
stuff.
Place, different mentality. Number 3, the use of blackface. WWE has a documented history of allowing talent to use blackface. The first notable instance of this occurred when Roddy Piper, who wore
I do remember Roddy Piper doing this.
with Bad News Brown. Fast forward to the Attitude Era, blackface would be incorporated into a segment once again when X-Pac impersonated Mark Henry. And it's insane that WWE believed that this was a smart idea.
No way.
Now it's worth noting that
Dude, I don't even remember that.
X-Pac did admit how much he regretted doing it for the segment, which was more of an apology than WWE as an organization have ever offered over the years.
Amazon is overcharging
Yeah,
you.
because, bro, we don't like ads, WrestleMania. We don't get
spend
ads.
another dime
bro.
on Amazon.
We don't like these
until you
ads,
watch
man.
the-
Listen, he apologized, right? But WWE is on their bullshit with this one, bro.
It would also be used for Goldust during a match with Flash Funk. Goldust was going through an identity crisis, so they made the decision to paint his face to supposedly represent the inner conflict. Number 2, the WrestleMania 20 main event. And WrestleMania 20 was to be the biggest event ever. However, due to Chris Benoit's actions in 2007, the show is rarely mentioned. The main event of the show featured Benoit winning the world title in a triple threat match, and then the show went off the air with Benoit celebrating with his family. WWE have tried to
they cut that out. I know they cut that out.
WrestleMania 20, and when the show is discussed in documentaries or publications of any kind, the Kane vs Taker and John Cena vs Big Show matches are usually the only 2 matches that are ever mentioned. On the network, the Benoit match is still featured, but his celebration with his family has been completely removed, and instead the show simply ends with Benoit celebrating with Eddie Guerrero before
I know
posing
that.
on the
I know they got rid of
turnbuckle
the
show
family
fades
part.
out.
I mean, obviously they had to.
The Chris Benoit tribute show. Now, speaking of Benoit, when WWE found out that Benoit and his family had passed, they dedicated an episode of Raw to Benoit's
I remember
memory.
this too as a
Raw was
kid.
turned into a tribute show, and it featured McMahon as well as top WWE talent paying tribute to Chris Benoit. The truth, though, would soon surface in relation to what Benoit had actually done, and WWE were then forced to distance themselves completely.
Yeah.
They just dedicated a tribute show to a man who committed the most unforgivable act.
Exactly.
And were quick to erase the show from the history books. In countries where Raw aired on delay, a new show was sent to them which featured WWE highlights from the past calendar year.
Oh, was it really?
In relation to the WWE
I had
network,
no idea.
the show has been replaced by a best of WWE compilation. There's obviously no mention of Benoit on the show.
Well, there shouldn't be any mention of that, man,
They have
at
it,
all.
folks. 10 WWE moments that have aged horribly. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, that was a good one. Good one from our brothers there in WrestleMania. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.